Do you just want to just finally run through what the Trident strategy is for people that haven't heard of that before?
Sure. I mean, essentially, I think it's in the book, right? There's a picture, but essentially, you've got the book.
What
there.
page?
We've each got a book, but it's kind of simple. Like if you look at it.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And this is my scaredy cat tactic. And I'm like, I can do all the research. You know, I can take the 16,500 suburbs in Australia. I can look at the last 20 years of data. I can see which suburbs outperform the others. I can come up with characteristics and look at the suburbs I want to be in. So I can do all that for growth. But then I was like, as a mining engineer or, explosives expert, I needed to have plan A, B, and C. So I'm like, A, B, and C, tried it. And that was one of the name came from my my mortgage coach at the time. I'm like, I need this, it's like this thing. It's like a Trident. I'm like, yes, what it is. It's a Trident strategy. And so the first way to make money is to know the area, do the research, understand the market, understand it's a 3-bedroom house, which streets the renters are in, free information from the census, understand your market. So you need to understand that market completely, and you make money when you buy. Now, this is the only part of the Trident strategy that I possibly would give up on. Like at the moment, the market's moving, right? I'd be buying it at 450 today and it could be 470 tomorrow. So if I can't get it less than 450, yeah, okay, fair enough. But, strategically, there's always a way. And then I would add value in the long, medium term. And I would do that. I did the $425,000 property, a $50,000 renovation, and it revalued at $700,000 9 months later. I pulled the cash out, and that started the rest of my property portfolio. So it gave me leverage, but it allowed me to increase the rent as well. I had better renters, tenants that stayed for longer. And then in the long term, it's the growth. The growth is going to be the thing that allows you to retire. Cash flow helps you, hold the properties. But, I speak to people who've bought a property for $500,000 10 years later, and at the time they're like, it was cheap. It was supposed to be $550, but I was in Taree and, this house next to Dad's, and the guy said you can have it for $500, and it was, it was bargain. It's still worth $500. Right? 10 years later, whereas my $500,000 property is worth $2 million. So, well, not $2 million, in 20 years it was $2 million. So, you've got, being that right area, it's that growth that's going to get you out of the rat race, into the choices, into the freedom, into the vision of the life that you want to live.
Now, I don't know about you, but I've had so much fun and learnt so much. But I can't thank you enough for being on this podcast. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks, Jane.
Absolutely. And Taylor, listen to your dad more. He knows stuff too.
Now, if you want to get in touch with Jane, the best way is via her website, janeslacksmith.com.au.